And I know nuts. But this orchard isn't the nuttiest place in California. Sacramento is. We can't afford gas. They raise our gas taxes. Their policies push prices higher. And they keep doing more of the same. Crime is rising, and they release more criminals. That's just nuts. I'm Mark Pazin, and we need to get back to basics. Cut taxes, lower prices, and fight crime. I'm running for assembly to crack some nuts in Sacramento.
We all need something different from our home.
You're approved.
That's why Golden One helps you get more. From lower rates to expert advice from people who can guide you through the process. We make sure you get more so you can be more.
Local news that matters. This is Ksee 24 News Sunrise.
Coming up on Sunrise, a very low number of Americans have gotten the newest COVID vaccine. Why health officials are continuing to urge Americans to get vaccinated.
Plus, experts urging Biden to crack down on drug cartels as the smuggling of fentanyl poses a threat to America's national security.
Good morning. Welcome to Ksee 24 Sunrise. I'm Brody Logan.
And I'm Caroline Collins. Thanks so much for waking up with us on this Wednesday morning. 6:01 a.m. Let's go live outside. You are looking at the Fresno Yosemite International Airport. Ruben Contreras is in now with a check of the forecast.
And we're slowly making progress for a cool down. Temperatures in the 90s for most of the valley, but we'll be in the low 90s as opposed to the mid 90s from the past few days. And we'll keep the cool temperatures in the morning. A number of valley spots in the 50s, 59 now in Merced, looking for a high of 91. Also 91 in Fresno today, cooler than the 94 we had for a high yesterday. Visalia, one of the few spots in the 80s this afternoon, but everyone's still about 10 degrees above average for this time of year. Plenty of sunshine for the valley and just seeing maybe a cloud or two up in the Sierra, but 70s in Shaver Lake and Yosemite, 80s for Oakers and the foothills. Very nice for this time of year, feeling a little more like fall each day. That's extended forecast has another cool down. I'll show you those numbers in a few minutes. For now, we'll send it back to you.
All right, thank you, Ruben. As we head into colder months when people will be gathering more indoors, health and government officials have a message to get the latest coronavirus vaccine.
Our D.C. correspondent Alexandra Limon joining us live now with why officials are concerned. Good morning.
Caroline and Brody, good morning. The White House says that less than 5% of eligible Americans have gotten the latest COVID-19 vaccine, and health officials say that is concerning as they're watching new Omicron subvariants spread around the world. The holiday season is just around the corner.
The challenge with holiday seasons every year is it's also a time where contagious respiratory viruses like influenza, RSV, and again this year COVID spread much more quickly.
The White House is monitoring several new Omicron subvariants that are evolving rapidly around the world. But officials say the latest bivalent COVID-19 vaccine should offer protection.
What happens in the weeks and months ahead will have a large impact on how the winter goes.
Dr. Ashish Shah says a new study indicates that as many as 90,000 lives could be saved and 1 million hospitalizations prevented if most eligible Americans get the new COVID shots.
We really want to rev up the urgency. This is going to be a critical piece of protection as we enter these winter months.
Dr. Amesh Adalja with Johns Hopkins says part of the problem has been mixed messaging.
People were kind of muddled in their messaging on who needs a booster, who benefits from a booster, what a booster is used for. That has led to a lack of enthusiasm.
But the White House says the message is simple.
Don't wait. Get your new flu shot and get your new COVID shot today.
And health officials are expecting a bad flu season this year because they say a lot of people have stopped practicing those preventative measures they were taking before, like social distancing and masking. Reporting live in Washington, Alexandra Limon.
Alexander, thank you. Many legal and counterterrorism experts are urging the Biden administration to crack down on drug cartels smuggling deadly fentanyl into the U.S. Some are even pushing for the drug to be classified as a weapon of mass destruction. Experts warn that Mexican drug cartels trafficking fentanyl across the southern border now pose a threat to America's national security. They also say fentanyl is much deadlier than drugs terrorists have deployed to kill targets in the past. In many cases, the problem starts across the globe. The DEA says most U.S.-bound fentanyl is manufactured in China. Congressional leaders are now battling with Chinese officials, accusing them of failing to tighten controls on fentanyl production and exports.
The U.S. Supreme Court hearing arguments on a California law that bans the sale of pork products that come from animals housed in tight enclosures. Arguments were supposed to last 90 minutes. They went well over 2 hours, an indication of the full plate of concerns tied to this legislation. While the law isn't yet implemented, those in the pork industry say it would unconstitutionally disrupt the interstate sale of bacon, pork chops, and other products. No decision is expected in this case until next spring.
Abortion rights will be front and center in the ballot this November. Voters will be asked to consider a ballot measure seeking to make abortion rights a permanent part of the California Constitution. This proposition was put forward after the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade, gave power over abortion laws back to states. Supporters say changing the state constitution is necessary.
Naming these rights in the state constitution, that makes it much stronger.
Those against say it's unnecessary.
Proposition 1 is extreme, it is expensive, it is unnecessary.
Opponents also say if passed, it will mean more late-term abortions.
It is spooky season at the Fresno Chaffee Zoo.
Gabe Salazar is going to show us what is new at this year's Zoo Boo.
All right, Brody and Caroline, so earlier we showed you what to expect for Zoo Boos. Now we're going to show you Zoo Breakfast. So these are some of the exclusive treats that you'll be able to find here at Zoo Boo, created by Executive Chef J.P. Muehlberg. So he is joining me now this morning. So, Chef, explain what we have here in this spread.
Yes, good morning. We have our pumpkin cookies, which is first for the zoo this year, and then we have an assortment of fingers. So I have the far side, we have lady fingers, I have org fingers, and then we have zombie snickerdoodle cookies. The org is an allspice infused, and then in the back we have a tie-dye Halloween color, and then we have our dirt cups.
I love the creative use of the nails right here. That kind of looks disgusting, right?
It's great for the year. It's what we look for, and it's the creativity of my staff.
All right, awesome. And you have a lineup of some exclusive cocktails as well, right?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
So the first one, the one I have out today is the Midori Sour Twist, and the little twist that we put on it is the Mountain Dew that we're putting into it for the seasonal.
All right, there you go. So this is the Midori Sour. All right, so we're going to do a taste test here at what time is it now? 6 in the morning. That is so good. All right, and it looks really pretty with the green color here. What are some of the exclusive menu items that we can expect to see here at the Kopi Lodge?
For the menu items, I'm going to be putting out a vampire pasta, which is a red wine infused. Toca Madeira wine is what I'm using. And it's going to be red wine infused, like I said, and I'm doing a creamy romesco sauce. And then it's going to be sauteed. I have on top of it is roasted fennel and Italian sausage.
Awesome. That sounds so delicious. And yeah, there's definitely going to be a great lineup of different items here at the Kopi Lodge here at Zoo Boo. So if you take a look at your screen, you can see some of the dates at Zoo Boo will be happening throughout the rest of the month. Again, admission for Fresno Chaffee Zoo members is going to be $18. For non-members, it's only going to be $22. We'll have all this information on our website, yourcentralvalley.com as well. Brody and Caroline, back to you.
Gabe, it's crazy. I start every morning with a Midori Sour and a Mountain Dew. I never, ever thought to combine the two. That's genius. You might have to bring one of those back for me.
I'll take a cookie. Thanks, Gabe.
Ksee 24 Sunrise Time, 6:08.
Still ahead, how often do you eat at home as a family? We will tell you why family dinners may benefit your health after this.
And temperatures slowly cooling down. First, your 40-hour forecast brought to you by Paws Allergy. Elm and juniper, the top pollens. We're in the medium range through Saturday. Sherwood highs finally dropping to the 80s. As KC Sunrise continues.
Now yourcentralvalley.com, pros who know.
While under IV sedation, you can have all of your dental work done while you sleep. For more information about the process, call Better Life today.
For more expert advice, go to yourcentralvalley.com/pros who know.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy, better sleep, blow off steam? Step 2, join Planet Fitness for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime, and get moving. Go cardio crazy in our clean and spacious clubs. Jam out on the strength machines and get down with some dumbbells. Step 3, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, October 14th.
Adam Gray on himself.
These past 10 years,
He's really accomplished a lot.
You paid his salary and benefits most of his adult life. In return, he skipped over 150 votes in the state assembly. 80% of the time, Gray was physically at the Capitol, but didn't bother to vote.
He's really accomplished a lot.
Taxpayer's salary, no-show job. It's the Sacramento way. It's the Adam Gray way. Congressional Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
High prices, crime, homelessness. California has problems. We need a problem solver like Mark Pazin, a law enforcement leader respected by Democrats and Republicans. Mark Pazin is a bipartisan problem solver who will cut taxes and lower prices, solve homelessness, and take on crime.
I'm Mark Pazin. I spent my life working to protect California, and I'll clean up Sacramento and make sure it works for you again. I'll get the job done.
Open enrollment is fast approaching, and Sante Physicians will be hosting our second annual Medicare Health Fair on Monday, October 17th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at our Palm location. Learn more about Medicare plans, all the while enjoying complimentary food trucks and live entertainment featuring the king himself, Jeremy Elvis Pierce. For more info, visit SantePhysicians.com. We hope to see you for the fun and valuable information. Sante Physicians, the best doctors, the best choice.
These last few years, we've all been running close to empty. And when Rudy Salas had a chance to help, he was missing. The legislature was voting on lowering gas prices, and Rudy Salas was a no-show. He didn't even bother to vote. Worse, Salas did vote for a radical law that could raise our gas prices 73 cents a gallon. Thanks, Rudy. Rudy Salas, he's just not for us. NRCC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
It's nice to unwind after a long week of telling people how Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. He's a natural. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Welcome back on this Wednesday morning. We are starting the day off with cooler temperatures in this afternoon. Still technically going to be hot, but just not as hot as the past few days. Quick look outside to show you a live picture from our Valley Cam at Kauai Health in downtown Visalia. Looking off to the northeast this morning, clear skies and temperatures in the 60s for Fresno, but the rest of the valley, including Visalia, in the 50s this morning. And compared to 24 hours ago, it's cooler for most areas by a few degrees, and we are going to take away a few degrees from our high temperatures this afternoon. Much more comfortable in the afternoon, but we're still talking about highs in the 90s. As students head out the door, temperatures around 60 degrees at 8 o'clock this morning when school begins. Lunchtime near 80 degrees, and at the end of the day, temperatures in the low 90s. Tomorrow, though, everyone will drop into the 80s. We're still 10 degrees above average for this time of year, but at least we're finally dropping below the 80s across Central California. Next week, though, it will be a little bit more cooler, and we'll see some clouds. We'll have more details on that 7-day forecast in a few minutes. For now, we'll send it back to you.
Well, for the first time, the influential U.S. Preventative Services Task Force is recommending screening for anxiety for children who are 8 and older. They're also urging screening for depression in children 12 and up. The recommendations apply to kids who do not have a diagnosed mental health condition or any symptoms of anxiety nor depression. Experts say most psychiatric disorders begin during childhood and adolescence. It's hoped early screening can prevent tragic outcomes.
A new survey finds eating with loved ones can help cut stress and be good for your health. The survey of 1,000 adults found that 84% wish that they could share a meal more often with loved ones. Nearly all parents reported lower levels of stress among their family when they regularly connect over a meal. 59% said that they made healthier food choices, and more than half said that sharing a meal with loved ones reminds them to slow down and take a break.
We had to use footage from 1996 because that's the last time that anyone had a meal with their family.
Some of my best memories growing up is our family dinners. We always eat really late at night, but it was fun.
When did that happen?
Back like when I was growing up.
Yeah,
we still have dinner together when I'm home. Like I'll be home tomorrow night. We'll all eat dinner together.
Okay, there you go. Look at you having dinner with your family.
Well, talking about taking a break, like I'm going to be taking a break for a couple days.
Yeah, there you go. All those trips to the beach as a kid might have made you happier as an adult. It didn't work for me. A new study spanning 18 countries finds that experiencing natural blue spaces like lakes and beaches can help shape your happiness as you grow up. Experts say spending time outdoors usually means exercising more, which leads to the body releasing more feel-good hormones. Kids who are often exposed to nature's beauty most likely grow up seeking similar experiences. So then the happy cycle continues into adulthood.
Unless your parents only expose you to like clear water in the Bahamas and then you go to like New Jersey beaches and it's all dark and gross and you're like, ew.
Well, so that's so I grew up across the street from like a pristine beach with no one on it, and I was like, I got to get out of this small town. I left and saw other beaches where there's just people and trash everywhere. I'm like, oh my God, why did I want to leave there?
I know. The beaches aren't all they're cracked up to be. You got to go to the nice ones. Ksee 24 Sunrise time at 6:14.
Just don't go to the Treasure Coast because I don't want any more people there. Still ahead. A day some kids look forward to all year. It is Walk to School Day. I don't know who looks forward to this, but okay, it sounds great. Be live in Madera to show you how the community is promoting exercise on this International Day.
Growing Hispanic populations are also reshaping the demographics of states. In the last decade, Hispanics became the largest racial or ethnic group in California for the first time. California joins New Mexico as the 2 U.S. states where Hispanics are the largest racial or ethnic group.
Hispanic Heritage, Thursdays at 5 on Ksee 24, sponsored by the Clovis Police Department and BD&J Personal Injury Lawyers.
If Prop 29 passes, it would shut down my clinic and I could possibly die. And this proposition, it sucks. Why are we here again? Myself and 80,000 other dialysis patients, our lives are at stake. Vote no on Prop 29.
Rudy Salas took $80,000 in free gifts and travel from special interests. 4 continents, 5-star hotels, dozens of trips, ranked tops in the assembly one year. So when Salas helped special interests pass a plan that could raise gas prices 70 cents a gallon, it was no surprise. Why care about gas prices if you're not the one paying? And why pay Rudy Salas when he doesn't work for us? Congressional Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this ad.
Would you look at that?
It's beautiful.
Wow.
That's our boy.
So proud.
Mix and match 2 of your favorites for just $5 and pair them with a $1 any size soft drink.
Who says you can't get everything you want? Like going for bold without going broke. And staying true to your taste while staying on budget. Who says rising costs means lowering the bar? Settling? No need. Get the brands you want, the prices you want, whenever you want. TJ Maxx, where you can always afford to be you to the max.
Join us for Clausen Motorsports' 4th Annual Veterans Motorcycle Run on Saturday, November 5th.
I never thought in my wildest dreams I had a problem with my kidneys. And then wham, my whole existence changed. If Prop 29 passes, clinics will close and people will die. It's as simple as that. Vote no on 29.
Get local news that matters at the new YourCentralValley.com and your certified accurate forecasts every day. Ksee 24 News is always available at YourCentralValley.com. Ksee 24 News is brought to you in part by More Furniture for Less.
Welcome back on this Wednesday morning. Temperatures cooler now, and they will be a little bit cooler this afternoon. Still technically hot. Most of the valley will stay in the 90s, but at least we're making progress for a cool down, and we're making progress on getting closer to average for our high temperatures. Temperatures this morning in the 60s for Fresno. We do have 50s and 60s along the coast. Fog and low clouds in the Bay Area, but Southern California, some thunderstorm activity this morning. We're not expecting that here. That's that low. They did bring in some cloud cover early on in the week and some showers and thunderstorms to the Sierra, but conditions will be dry and clear for the most part in Central California. 57 degrees this morning in Lemoore, 56 in Visalia, and 56 for Madera. Most of the valley cooler compared to this time yesterday. 2 to 6 degrees cooler Fresno County southward, and also a little bit cooler in the foothill and mountain communities. Quick look outside our valley cam at Ksee 24. This one looking off to the southwest. Clear skies this morning. Then you have a really sharp high definition TV. You do see downtown Fresno off in the distance, so we've got clear conditions. High pressure moving away from us, so it's allowing us to cool off a little bit. There's that low we just mentioned, creating showers and thunderstorms in Southern California. All that energy will remain to the south for the next several days as this ridge kind of just takes its time to staying there. It's kind of just being a little bit stubborn, so we're still going to be fairly warm for this time of year. Futurecast shows clear skies throughout the day, maybe just a cloud or two developing over the Sierra, and there's still a decent marine layer along the coast. That cool air will slowly make its way to the valley over the next several days. South Valley temperatures this afternoon, 90 in Tulare, 90 in Corcoran, 89 for Visalia, so we might have a spot or two in the 80s to the south, 92 in Five Points, 92 in San Joaquin, 91 in Madera, 83 in Aubrey, 79 for Yosemite Valley this afternoon, 90 in Los Banos, and 91 for Merced. Air quality still the same, moderate to unhealthy for sensitive groups across the Central Valley and unhealthy for sensitive groups in Sequoia National Park. Your solar forecast shows the megawatt number hours are still consistent, and so are your energy savings, because we're expecting nothing but sunshine through the weekend, but we might see some clouds early next week. Headed out to the Big Fresno Fair today. Gates open at 10 o'clock. Really nice early on in the afternoon. 70s at 10 o'clock this morning, low 80s at lunchtime, and then temperatures in the mid 80s at 2 o'clock, but our highs today will be in the low 90s for most of the valley. So late in the afternoon, it does get a little hot out there, but 7-day forecast shows everyone drops into the 80s starting tomorrow. Still above average for this time of year, which is 81. As we move forward into the second half of the weekend, we will be closer to average. We're going to see some clouds move in Monday to Tuesday. Right now, things look to be dry, but things will definitely be cooler. And for the most part, the next few mornings, our overnight lows will be in the upper 50s to low 60s. But by this time next week, low to mid 50s for overnight temperatures. YourCentralValley.com has your latest weather information any time of the day. Check it out whenever you want. For now, we'll send it back to you.
All right, Ruben, thank you. Well, today is International Walk to School Day, and a school in Madera has organized an event to promote the day, encouraging kids to exercise.
Joining us now to talk about the Walk to School event is Madera Unified Kinder teacher and event coordinator, Roxanne Schallberger. Good morning.
Hi.
Good morning. Hi.
Whoa.
I'm so excited. I watch you guys every morning.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. Hopefully you just left your TV on at home while you're doing this. So Roxanne, what?
Of course I did. I'm recording.
Oh, thank you so much. Okay, so Roxanne, what is going on here? How many kids? You have them all out now this early in the morning. What's this event?
So currently we don't have any students out here. We're actually just out here getting set up. Students are expected to arrive at about 6:30. And so, yeah, that's where we're at right now. We have two different schools that will be joining us this morning. We have Virginia Lee Rose and we have Sierra Vista.
But that's on me not knowing what students look like.
I know, they look so young back there, but hey, I love the background.
They say that you all look very young. They thought you were the students.
Woo, I love this excitement. And it is an exciting day. So what do you have planned for this International Walk to School Day?
So we have so many people coming out today from our community. We will have the mayor of Madera out here. We'll have our police department, the fire department. We have the health department. We have UC CalFresh, Cooperative Extension out here. We're going to be doing Zumba. We're just going to have lots of really fun events. We have some of our things from our PE department, different games, and just information on